Today I want to talk to you about the importance of birds in trying to become food independent. So when I say birds, I mean a variety of stuff. We have turkeys, we have ducks, chickens, we actually have some quail. There's a lot of different kinds of birds that can be extremely beneficial to you. And I want to talk about some of the differences in them and some of the reasons why certain ones are better or worse for certain situations, why we choose certain ones, just kind of all the different things about them. This right here is our turkey Bart. So far we've had pretty good luck with Bart, and actually over here there is a nest with the female Turks. She's made herself a nest down here. She's got some eggs she's sitting on, so hopefully she'll have some babies fairly soon. My thoughts on turkeys is they can be all right. They need a lot of space. They're very messy, so if you're gonna try and keep them in a coop, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. If they can be completely outside and safe, they're a good addition. They don't destroy things like chickens do as far as like your garden and your plants and trees. They're gonna put out a lot of meat, not a lot of eggs, very messy, but they can be cool to look at. Okay, another bird we have in here that surprisingly the ducks get along with just fine is quail. We just got these. There's 5 of them, but they kind of hide and they're small. I'm excited about them. I don't have a lot of information on them for you so far, but so far they seem to do really well. All right, the next birds I want to talk about are Muscovy ducks. They're not actually a duck. They're not actually a goose. They're somewhere in between. They're kind of their own thing. They're native to South America. They get really cool looking when they get bigger. These are all very young. And this one's biting my toes right now. These guys live in a fairly small coop. This was our brooder, but we ended up with so many ducks that now it just kind of, they took it over. If we just open the door during the day and they come out, then it's very easy to put them back in. But my thoughts on the ducks, these are currently one of my favorites. This guy is going crazy on me. They're pretty resistant to dogs or other animals, the other chickens. Nothing really messes with them too bad. They can be very messy. We do clean this about every 3 days. We replace a new layer of the deep mulch bedding, and then every couple months we take it out of here, put it in our compost. So this one is definitely due to be cleaned. This is about 3 days, but we had a lot of rain too, so it got a little muddy. We don't have a bad smell in here as long as you keep it clean. The other advantages, they get very, very large. These males probably get, I'm gonna say about 10 pounds. And we'll probably get 5 to 7 pounds of meat off of them. They do reproduce very fast. If you watch that one, he's eating bugs. I've watched him eat flies, spiders, everything. This is huge. Part of the reason we let them into the garden is they can go through the garden, they'll eat bugs, they don't eat the plants too bad, and they don't really get attacked by anything. The mongoose don't bother them, the wild dogs don't seem to bother them. They're pretty good on that. I'm gonna say they lay maybe 1 egg a week each female. I could be off on that. Another big advantage of these guys is they're quiet. If you hear the little peeps and stuff they're making right now, they make those for now, but they won't get much louder than that. They'll kind of make a dry, hissy type of sound to talk to each other once they get bigger, but they're not loud like chickens. Chickens can be extremely loud, as you can hear in almost all my videos. If you only have room for a couple birds, I would recommend these guys. Okay, so in here we have one of the original and probably still one of my all-time favorite birds, which is chickens. I'm a big fan of raising chickens. I think everybody should have them. My wife got us into them a long time ago. It was one of the first things that we ever got. As far as looking for food independence, I don't think you're gonna find a better animal than chickens. There is some downfalls to them. There's a few problems. However, in my opinion, the upsides way outweigh the downsides. Okay, so some important things about keeping chickens in a coop and having healthy, happy chickens. One is the quantity of chickens you're putting in a coop. If you try and cram hundreds of chickens into a little area, they will survive for a while, but they're not gonna be healthy. They're not gonna be happy. And your eggs aren't gonna be healthy. You might as well get store-bought eggs. From this coop, we get around 18 eggs per day. The eggs are extremely high quality. They're nice, deep orange yolks. They're very good eggs. Just about everything that we don't feed to the worms, we'll throw in with the chickens. So for example, my wife's birthday, we had some crab and we throw the shells in here. The chickens will pick through some of it, eat some of it, which is really good for them and their health. Also what happens is now all the different organisms, different bugs, all the living things that should be in soil and in the ground and in nature will also come and start to break these down and eat them. Then the chickens will eat the bugs. It keeps everything much more natural, especially on chickens that are in a coop. I don't think you can have healthy, solid chickens in a coop without feeding them a lot of food scraps. Okay, so my quick overview on what kind of birds to keep. Today we went over turkeys, ducks, quail, and chickens. My opinion, if you're only gonna have one of them, turkeys are the worst. They're the messiest, they can be aggressive, they're pretty needy and not super resilient. However, they are good to eat, and honestly, they're kind of cool looking. So if you have a bunch of birds and a bunch of space, turkeys are fun. If it's your only thing, don't do it. Next would be the quail. I don't have a lot of information on them. So far, they seem pretty cool. Their eggs are very small, so you're gonna need a lot of them to get enough eggs, but they seem cool, good nutrition, they seem pretty hardy, and they seem to get along with the other birds. Third, chickens. I love chickens, they're amazing. Even if you can only have 2 or 3, you're gonna get some food out of them. They produce food with very, very little, some scraps, a small coop that you keep clean, and you're gonna get eggs and you're gonna have food. Easy to hatch, good parents. Number one, in my opinion right now, is the Muscovy ducks. The Muscovy ducks are going to produce the most meat. They produce good eggs. They're good parents. They're very durable, and in my opinion, they're gonna be the best one.